Our society is highly immature. And for people on the left, I really want you guys to go ahead and watch This this go up on YouTube or whatever. This is a children's tale, right? The ant and the grasshopper. I want you to go on YouTube, search this up, search it up, whatever you got to do to find out the story. I found it myself. It was an 8 minute long video. I watched it because I just wanted to see if there was anything else that I missed from the story. Um, it's just um, the lessons learned from this, and how it contributes to our society with the stimulus and printing out money. It goes hand in hand. So uh, what happened was there was a grasshopper. Summer was it was in the middle of the summer. And grasshopper is having a good time eating his whatever a grasshopper wants because there's abundance of food. Um, Singing and playing and all that, just having a good time, enjoying himself. And then there was these ants. They're not out having fun, having a good time. They're working. They're storing food for the winter, right? That's what they're doing, and he's confused of why they're doing that. They should be having fun, and his whole mindset is let's just worry about right now and have fun right now and enjoy things right now. So winter comes, the grasshopper is totally screwed. It's very cold. All the snow's covered everything, and the grass. There's not abundance of food anymore. He's not having a good time. He's not enjoying himself. His whole mindset was, "I'll worry about it when it happens." Well, now reality set in. So he finds the ant's nest, right? And the ants, they're good. They're thriving. They're not cold. They're not hungry. Well, in this setting, well, the he calls down, and then the ants, the queen ant decides to take him in. Obviously, you know, this is a woman will make that decision. If you have an abundance of something, you know, imagine if there was like a whole bunch of grasshoppers that needed help. Do you think they'd be able to help them out? No, and that's how people are. Um, so they help him out. He realizes his mistake and learned a hard lesson. He should have, since he mocked and jeered the ants for them working and not having fun, you know him having nothing, um, and then now he needs their help, right? Now he needs their help after he just got done making fun of them, and he had to swallow his pride. Well, this is the same type of concept with what people are thinking. Oh, they're printing out a bunch of money. I'm getting a stimulus check, or the banks getting bailed out, or big companies getting bailed out. Eventually, the stimulus doesn't come in. Eventually, the bailouts stop coming, and then what? These companies should have prepared themselves for some kind of a catastrophe, like uh, um, 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 like a lockdown or something that can affect them. Do you think that Mother Nature can't do anything about it? You think that we can't go through a global freeze and shut down production? No, let's just live it up, live it up. Let me live high on the hog. Let me, as a CEO, make multi-million dollars a year and be a leech, because that's what they pretty much are. They're just leeches. They don't produce anything. Now I'm not saying they don't work hard, because they do manage a lot of different things, and that's the problem with corporate. Um, it's hard to pivot a whole company. Anyway, um, they should have had to sell off their assets and you know get smaller. But no, here comes a big government meddling in everything. Just whatever the government tries to get in, the federal government, they destroy because they can't pivot. They're a huge entity, right? And they're trying to solve micro problems. It doesn't work for everybody. Like some people probably needed a higher stimulus in certain areas, and they and just a broad. It's not like everybody lives the same. It's not like everywhere is the exact same. Economics is different in every state. The same thing with the minimum wage. It's different in every state. But my whole point is, the average American uh, um, um, doesn't understand that they're going to be paying that back with interest. Whatever stimulus they think, oh, it's free. No, it's not free money. If you work, you produce, you're going to be paying back in big taxes because we can't just keep printing out money. The only way we can keep printing out money and forcing other countries to back our currency with their currency is holding them to gunpoint. That's how we do it. it's if you look on the back of the dollar, it's a pyramid with the all-seeing eye. Well, what does that stand for? Pyramid. Everybody works hard, and the person at the top, they're the ones in charge of everybody. The very few, but the many below them, they have to do all the work. They're the servants. They're the slaves. They're the serf class. And that's how I view the American dollar. It's basically a Ponzi scheme. And in the way with corporate America, where they can just live high on the hog, mismanage their companies, not think about the future. And that's the whole point of that story. Also, I want to say, if people aren't thinking about the future, they're not thinking about their kids. Look at the boomers. Look at how the boomers have done it. They've had the biggest economic boom ever. And then what do these people do? They have wasted. They've lived high on the hog. They've boasted and tried to keep up with the Joneses. And then who's going to have to take care of these people? Who's going to be burdened with that massive debt that these people who've given us? It's going to be Generation X, the Zoomers, the Millennials. And then guess what the boomers are going to be? Oh, come and take care of me. And even the older Gen X. Oh, come and take care of me. After, it's going to be interesting because people putting all this stuff on their social media, on their Facebook, on their Instagram, them living it up, them going on vacations, and then you want to come to me when I can barely make it myself, right? You want to come to me and ask for a handout, ask for help when I can barely even have, when I'm paying for your mistakes? So what's supposed to happen when you have kids is you're supposed to leave your wealth to them. As a man, you're supposed to make things better than the way you found it. That's what you're supposed to do. But unfortunately, with the weak men who have let our society get into moral chaos, and with their letting women run wild, weak guidance, weak leadership. Generations of this have happened, and now what people don't see, what they can't see in front of them, they can't look at the couple cars ahead of them, seeing that the car is stopping. So what does that mean? That means I'm going to have to slow down. I don't need to follow what's in front of me, exactly what's in front of me, and see what that car does. I see what's ahead. I look ahead. And a lot of these people don't have that mindset because they want instant gratification. Please me. I'm a narcissist. I'm a king when you're a peasant, and you don't preserve your own taking care of yourself when you're older. You don't look that far ahead. These people aren't looking that far ahead. Then they're going to want their kids to take care of them and put that responsibility on them. This isn't every single circumstance. This is a general brush. I'm generally speaking right now. Okay? But the average American just doesn't get it because they're programmed. Look at the family. The family structure has been completely decimated. People aren't living by each other in families. No, they're living far away from each other. There is no family. And the immediate family is doing the same. It started with maybe cousins and brothers and stuff like that. Well, over the last few decades, well, the same thing's been happening with fathers and mothers and children. So that's just really gonna. Where are we headed? Where are we headed? The lack of masculine, good leaders in houses who could provide a good frame for a woman to trust his frame and trust his leadership is lacking, and has been lacking for decades now. And it's a damn wonder why women don't trust a man. Oh, I don't need a man. I need to be independent. Well, hey, I rag on women plenty. But look at men. Look at your own where you're headed and where your head is at. Oh, I need to go get drunk with the boys instead of taking care of your family and staying home with their family. Oh, I need to go and cheat on my girl instead of, handling business at home. Maybe dating your wife. No, I'm not gonna solve these problems as a man, and that's the problem. And you wonder why there's so many weak men out. Weak men. People don't look in the future. All right. They don't see what mistakes are being done right now. Like that ant was looking at the mistakes of that grasshopper and getting fed up with them. Because he can see the winners coming. And he can see that grasshopper, yeah, he's all having fun. It's all fun and games and party. Well, I'm going to tell you something. The party's going to be, it's not going to come to, unless there's a catastrophe, it's not going to come to a dramatic halt. I wouldn't think that. The stock market will probably collapse and go down, and we might go through a depression. Yeah, that might happen, and honestly, it might be good for us. It might be good to actually have a little bit of humility. Do most Americans understand what that word even means? Do most Americans understand how it is to be humble? No, I gotta have my huge ego. No, they don't understand that. They don't. Maybe a depression would be good for us. So people can stop taking things for granted. There will be a gradual decline in our morality in our society, and you'll see more and more people relying on the government, relying on food to take on the government to take care of them. That's what you will see, and you'll see America in most areas will go into slums. That's what you will see. You'll have ultra rich places, and then you'll have slums. You already see it in California. Look at the tent cities. That's slums. People are living in tents, and you got rich neighborhoods. Listen. People only care about themselves, generally speaking. And when you're by yourself, when no one cares about you no more because you're old and you're living on the street, you got no one to blame but yourself. That grasshopper should not have been helped. That grasshopper should have died. That's what should have happened. And in real life, that grasshopper would have died. Because, see, that story is a kid's story. And it's meant to help kids. It's not reality. Obviously, ants and grasshoppers, they're not going to live together. An ant isn't going to help a grasshopper. No, that grasshopper is going to die. Because it is a fiction. There's a lesson to learn for humans. But most, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be real. Most Americans live in a bubble, especially females. And you don't live in reality. You don't know how it is to have to live in third world conditions. But I'm telling you, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming for a lot of Americans. And do you deserve it? Yeah, you do. You deserve it. You deserve what's coming ahead. Because you want to live high on the hog, especially you people that are on your social media acting up like, oh, look at this. Here's my money. Like I made a joke with my kid yesterday when I went to get money out of the ATM for rent. I'm like, look at this. Let's post this me flossing with my rent money. Look at all this. Look at all these bills I got. I'm so cool. Like these rappers. Oh, look at me. I'm so cool. I got all these women. I got all this money. I got all this. Good for you, man. Cool, dude. That's cool. Like, this is 2021. Your stuff's about to get real. You're about to put a target on your back if you want to act like that going forward. Trust me, you're going to see. You're going to see when energy prices go up, when food prices go up, and you're going to have to choose food, shelter, and energy over luxuries, over your Nikes, over your new Escalade. What's more important? You people don't live in reality. Reality's coming. Reality's going to smack you around, especially ones that are in an extreme amount of debt to show, oh, look at me. Look at me. I got this and that. You ain't got nothing, dude. You got debt. That's all you do. I could do the same thing. I could take out a bunch of debt and look like I'm balling. That mentality, that lifestyle is coming to a halt pretty damn quick in America, and you're going to see it.